Hi, welcome to Big Guy Boards. I'm Scott. This is going to be my review of the O'Neill Hyperfreak 5mm winter suit. I'm not just going to drone on about all the features of the wetsuit. You can find those online, you can find them on the O'Neill site, or plenty of reviews who just list all the features. This is going to be more of a personal account of my experience using the wetsuit, and some bits in there as well from the perspective of someone with a slightly larger frame. Towards the end of the video as well, some quite interesting insights into some key features about the wetsuit, which actually stood out for me. So enjoy the review. So the first thing I want to talk about is how this wetsuit fits. So previously I did a review of the 3mm version of this, which I put up there. I was blown away by that. I loved the way it fit, the way it felt. In that wetsuit and this wetsuit, I've got the zipless entry to the suit, so you literally stretch it to get in. I found on the 5mm suit it is very slightly more difficult to get in and out of due to the thickness of the techno butter material. So this is still super stretchy and comfortable, which I'll come to, but actually getting in and out as a larger person, what I find to do is with this suit, the 3mm is easy, you just whip it on and off without any thought really. But the 5mm, you've got to pull this first flap down over one shoulder like this, which exposes the kind of interior of the suit. So you take it over your head, put it down here, which is actually quite difficult. A lot of people watching this will be bigger surfers with bigger shoulders, so it's quite difficult to get over the one shoulder. Then you go to get one of the next layers down, and it either pops back up there or it's just a real struggle. So one thing to consider is what type of entry you have into this suit. Maybe worth looking at a chest zip or maybe even a back zip. I don't mind this too much personally. If I've been in for like 3 hours and I'm really tired, it can be quite frustrating, but I'm happy to kind of sacrifice that without having the zip on the front. I prefer having no zip at all really. There's just a little toggle here that kind of tightens up this bit at the front here. So that's one thing to consider really. If you don't like struggling to get a wetsuit on and off, I would say that's one thing to consider with this suit. Next thing I want to talk about is stitching. I'm having some issues here with this wetsuit on the stitching. So this is kind of on the seam where the pull cord is. You follow that up and it's come away. You can see there, hopefully you can see in the picture there, there's a kind of a hole appeared where the stitching's starting to come away. It just doesn't seem very strong there at all. I can see kind of holes where the stitching is. So a bit disappointed with that. My previous review, I talked about the 3mm. I had almost exactly the same problem with that wetsuit. Some kind of external stitching coming away, and yeah, same issue with the drawstring section as well. Just looking at it now as well, there is some glue coming away there as well. So I think one of the key issues with the O'Neill suit so far, with this range, is durability. And you know, I haven't used this that much really. It's we're probably halfway through the winter season. This is the first season I've been using it, and already it's starting to kind of fall apart to a certain extent. So that may be something worth considering. One key consideration when getting a wetsuit is warmth versus flex. So this wetsuit has the techno butter technology, so it's extremely flexible, extremely lightweight, it's water repellent, and as I said with a 3mm wetsuit of this in this range, I'm absolutely blown away by it. So there's generally two different types of kind of market for the wetsuit. There's the person that is probably sitting still a bit more, wants to be a bit more warm, and would generally want to sacrifice a bit more performance and flex and rather have warmth. I'm kind of more on the other end of the scale. I prefer to have a bit more flex. I'm usually paddling around quite a lot in the lineup, so I'm not as concerned with warmth as I am with stretch. A lot of the wetsuit manufacturers do different ranges of suits to fit a different market. So generally you're either sacrificing warmth or sacrificing performance. This is definitely more of a performance wetsuit, so it's really stretchy. It's not cold by any means, but it's cold enough that I possibly feel a difference in different wetsuits I've had. So the last one was an XL which I reviewed. That seemed very slightly warmer, but definitely not as free in the shoulders for paddling. So you always have to sacrifice one against the other. But performance-wise, I've never felt a wetsuit like this. It does fit. You know you're wearing a 5mm wetsuit, definitely. But it's the most comfortable, stretchy, free-feeling winter wetsuit I've ever owned. So on those grounds, you know, it's an awesome wetsuit. But if you're more going for warmth, it may be worth looking at different wetsuits within the range.